You're watching WAFF 48 News. Today is a First Alert Weather Day, sponsored by Mr. Rooter Plumbing for all your emergency plumbing services.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Just after 3 o'clock here on a Monday, coming back from vacation to a First Alert Weather Day out there. It's going to be one of those weeks where we have 2 active rounds of thunderstorms. First Alert Weather Day today, and I'm going to track these storms for you here in just a second. We're going to break down the forecast. We'll talk about Wednesday's First Alert Weather Day as well. And in between, we'll have some morning showers tomorrow morning and then again Thursday morning. Thursday is going to be a much cooler day and a cold day coming a week from today. So get ready for that. It's looking like kind of an early dogwood winter or a late redbud winter, however you want to look at it. Right now we got some thunderstorms. Nothing is severe, but the lightning is picking up here on Pickwick Lake near Waterloo. So again, this storm is getting stronger. It's very muggy outside right now as well. And with that mugginess, there's a lot of rain to be had from these thunderstorms. Let's go ahead and take a look here inside this thunderstorm here with the velocity, see what we've got going on with that. There's no twisting wind here. Right now, there's nothing severe, and the tornado threat's very, very low. In fact, we have very little ingredients for tornado threats out there today, but we will keep an eye on it. We know things can happen. They change quite a bit this time of year. Let's take a look at our hail potential. That's really the thing we're looking at today, is the potential for hail with these storms. And what you'll see here on the VIL value, it's starting to climb. This is probably 5 minutes or so delayed here, and we do anticipate the possibility we may get. I'm going to look at the weather service here, right here. Again, they continue the slight risk for us. We'll likely see a severe thunderstorm watch come out around 4 o'clock, so about an hour from now. And I think a lot of that's going to do with what happens within the next 30 minutes with these storms. So right now, probably some pea-sized hail with that storm in Waterloo. Let's take a look at everything out here to the west, though. Again, these are not severe thunderstorms, but they're likely producing some pea-sized to dime-sized hail. And that's one of the threats we're watching, is the threat for some pea-size and dime-size and maybe a little bit larger size hail. So at some point in the afternoon, we're likely going to start to see this change over to seeing more in the way of hail. So just keep an eye on that as we go through the afternoon hours. You can keep that right here. Coming up at 4 o'clock, we'll have our newscast on WFF 48 News. Maybe joining that on off-air antenna or whatever your cable provider is. But here's a look at the thunderstorms. A lot of lightning, so these are going to have a big impact when it comes to the evening commute, maybe especially out along the state line as you're picking the kids up from school. And some of you are probably waiting in line there, perhaps under this heavy downpour that's going to move across Limestone County. As you get farther to the south down here, southeast of Russellville near Phil Campbell, some heavier rain, occasional lightning with this area moving into Moulton, but at this time, this is not severe. So that's what we're looking at. Line of showers and thunderstorms, basically almost like a summertime complex of storms moving to the east, and it'll continue to do so. Should be on the Georgia state line between 8 and 9 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and switch up, and we'll talk forecast information for you. That forecast out in the shoals right now, that storm just off in the distance. The sky is getting pretty dark. You're probably hearing the thunder off in the distance. It's 76 degrees, so there's plenty of fuel out here for some stronger thunderstorms. So between now and 6 o'clock, this will continue to move in, mainly out west, and I would say more like 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. areas in red, and then 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. areas here in orange, continuing in the northeast corner of the state, but most of this will be gone by 9 o'clock. So here's a look at 4:45, about an hour or so from now. About an hour and 40 minutes or so, in fact. We're looking at locally heavy rain continuing. The way the radar looks, I don't think we're going to see supercell type storms out ahead of any of this. It doesn't even look like a squall line forms. This is just a big cluster of occasional strong to severe thunderstorms moving to the east with time. So just before 7 o'clock, you can see it's pretty much from the Georgia state line back here to the Mississippi state line. And as we continue on, this is most likely just going to end up raining itself out at some point in time overnight. So some good sleeping weather around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Occasional shower, rumble of thunder still possible as we go past midnight through about 1 o'clock in the morning. And this will probably be around for some of you very early Tuesday morning. So when you see the chance of rain in the forecast for Tuesday, this is most likely all before the sun rises. Here's a look at your first alert impacts, morning showers, and then more storms coming late Wednesday. Much cooler air coming in, highs perhaps only in the 50s Thursday, we warm back up. We have a pretty nice weekend. One thing that may change that would be if the rain moves in earlier Sunday, something we're keeping an eye on. Here's that day planner for your Tuesday. A cloudy start and still a few showers, mainly in the northeast, far northeast corner of the state. And then we managed to warm right back up close to 80. I don't think we'll see anything for the rest of the day after the morning shower activity is out of here. The wind still out of the southwest tomorrow. Likely we'll just stay around 10 to 11 miles an hour. No big wind gusts, so that's good. The wind will probably pick up as we get into Wednesday with that next weather maker coming in. So here's your 10-day forecast. 80 tomorrow after some morning showers and morning clouds. And then a first alert weather day Wednesday. This is way late in the day after sunset. Those evening thunderstorms coming in from the northwest, slow movers, isolated damaging winds, a very low end tornado threat with that, and maybe sticking around through sunrise Thursday morning. But notice Thursday, 58 for the high. Could see some patchy frost Friday morning. And then as we go through the rest of the day, Friday, it looks really nice, real nice weather. 76 Saturday. Here come the rain chances. And what happens? Spring break starts and the temperatures tumble. 55 for the high. Some morning showers Monday. We'll probably see overnight lows in the mid-20s Monday night into Tuesday of next week. And that happens. It happens every time we think spring is in full swing, then it's not. Here's a look at this first alert weather day coming for Wednesday. Again, most of the morning just cloudy, very warm. Winds start gusting about 25 miles per hour out ahead of this. This one's going to have a little bit more energy in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. Therefore, the threat for some of these damaging wind gusts is going to be higher with this, but you still don't see that narrow band coming in just yet. And we're getting closer and closer to this event. So right now, confidence is pretty high that, yeah, we'll see a few isolated damaging wind gusts, maybe some smaller hail, but this does not look like an outbreak of severe weather. That's 7:30 in the evening. So again, we continue to monitor that. We'll have the latest forecast coming up at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Again, then we'll be having some breaking news probably around 4:30 with the president breaking in to speak. More comments there. And then at 5 o'clock and then 6 o'clock, more news and weather. Today is the first alert weather day. Thanks for tuning in.